So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my dog, Nymesis.
What's happening?
What's going on, King? Can't call him. So you from Austin, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Austin, Texas, man. So I appreciate you traveling all the way down this way for the show tomorrow.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, most definitely, man. Most definitely. How you talking about the show anyway?
Through the stranger one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He got booked. I reached out to him. He reached out, and then you know what I'm saying. Everything else history.
Oh, okay. First off, let's get into it. Nymesis. What's the origin behind Nymesis?
It was actually a song, man, I was working on. I didn't know whether I wanted to rap or sing on it, and I said I was my own worst enemy, and my homeboy was like, you know what I'm saying, yo, I said, I'm Nymesis, like I'm my own nemesis, and he was like, yo, that's your name.
Right. You rock with it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what you like, when do you start noticing that you do both? Like, cause there's a lot of artists can't rap and sing at the same time. So how old were you when you realized that you can do both?
Singing was like a family thing. Like everybody in my family singing.
Oh yeah.
Rapping, I started like they would have like little freestyle circles during lunch when I was in middle school, and I get in there and I just make fun of people, and then like people was like, "Yo, you can actually kind of like the way you make fun of people, like yo, it sound like you rapping, bro. Like you good, like you could do that."
Right.
So it just kind of started off from there.
Oh right. So you think like school is like a good starting point for like if any type of career the first career that you want to go for, you think high school is the perfect place to test it out?
Breeding ground. Facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because for a lot of people, they don't go to college, so that'd be the time where you around the most people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you know what you want to do, you can already start building your network then, especially if you're doing something like entertaining and stuff like that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you want to be a comedian, you can just sit there and make fun of people, and then when you start doing it, people gonna be like, oh well, you know what I'm saying, bro, funny, so you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but for me it was different. I wanted to play basketball, so nobody didn't even know I could sing in high school.
Right.
It wasn't until I got like right before I graduated where people started realizing like, yo, he can sing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And so who was the first person that heard you sing? You remember?
Like the first one I heard me sing for real at the time, my best friend, his name was Isaiah.
You were nervous?
No, it just wasn't my thing. Like I wanted to be a hooper. Like,
right. You
know what I'm saying? I was a dude walking around with the basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like one of my older brothers, he played college basketball.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It was like I want to hoop.
Right. Okay. Would you go play center?
Nah, I actually played like shooting guard, small forward.
Shooting guard. Oh, okay. That was up, man. Yeah. You were nice.
I was nice.
How many points you get?
It just depends, man. Like I put the ball in the basket though. Like
so you mostly on offense or defense?
Offense definitely.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I was real T-Mac with the mindset. Like I wasn't really trying to play no defense. It's like yo. When I'm picking my teams, we doing pickup games, I'm picking all the dudes who like to play defense.
Right.
And it's like, yo, y'all ain't got to shoot. Y'all just lock everybody up and give me the ball.
Right. So name a basketball player that you feel is overrated.
Overrated? Oh. This is going to sound crazy, but I think people overrate LeBron a little bit.
Oh.
Not in the sense that he isn't great, but I don't think he's the greatest.
Yeah, you know you gotta explain that.
I mean, so LeBron's what 4-10 in the finals, 4-9,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I respect LeBron. I think he's like the 4th greatest player of all time. You know what I'm saying? I got Kobe, I got Jordan, I got Magic, and I got LeBron.
That's not a bad list.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a bad list.
For me, when it came to LeBron, people always try to like throw out the fact that the Eastern Conference wasn't weaker. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go look at it, when you go look at all the stats, man. You know, I mean, think about it really. Kobe, all the 50-win teams Kobe had to go against.
Right.
All the 50-win teams Tim Duncan had to go against.
Right.
The West has historically been better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even though LeBron's still getting there, I'm not taking that away from not saying. I just, right. For me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I just think he's slightly.
Right, because I feel like when you start talking about the GOAT in basketball, it's kind of hard to like actually have a valid argument.
It's like 10.
Yeah,
it's like 10. It's really just it's preference.
Right.
It's preference. It's like what do you like out of a basketball player? Because comparing, you know what I'm saying, Kobe and Jordan or LeBron, they don't do the same stuff.
Right.
You know, comparing LeBron and Magic, that makes sense.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. So I mean, is there a greatest? Nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just depends on, you know what I'm saying, what era you grew up watching basketball and what, as a player, what you wanted to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. So what got you into like taking music to the next level, like far as like going into it as a career?
I started off doing gospel music.
Okay. And
I got pretty popular at it, but I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Why is that?
It just the type of music I wanted to make. Like I wanted to be able to do whatever I wanted to do, musically.
Okay. It's a question. Okay. Cool. All right. So when it comes to gospel music, a lot of gospel. I got a lot of friends that's into the gospel music. Got gospel stations and things like that. I even got friends that did hardcore hip hop, and when they got saved, they converted to Christian hip hop. Mm-hmm. Which I was trying to explain to them. I feel like you're on this earth for a reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are. You were made for who you are. Right. So whatever comes out your mouth has already been said, meaning it's already been told. Yeah. It's been told before you even know it. Facts. So I just felt like if you can praise and do whatever without changing your preference of music. Yeah. I've always been. It's just my opinion on it. I feel like you shouldn't have to change your mouth or the way that you act if you praise or something. Facts, because I mean, in my opinion, my personal opinion is God is inside of you. Right. So He knows your truth. Right. So how you make your money or how you choose to express yourself, I think the messages got convoluted. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that you have to do something a certain way in order to represent God. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. If you follow God's rules, it's gonna be boring as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Because you can't do nothing. But for me, it's not even about being boring. It's just the way I look at like the Bible. It's how you interpret it. Right. I look at it more as like a comfort food. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if we both read the same scripture and we both take something from it, how could it be a literal adaptation? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I believe if you put Him first and you do things, the right way, try, follow the commandments and stuff like that. Like you could do you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you ain't gotta live so hard. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. Yeah. Or whatever job, profession. If you're an actor and you gotta play a gangbanger, you gotta be a mobster in a movie. You're shooting somebody. Mm-hmm. That don't mean you're doing it for real. Facts. It's entertainment. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. But hey, and it's a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, very, very spiritual and very religious people who are making these content. The first thing you hear out their mouth is, I want to give honor to God, and that I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if to me, it's entertainment. And the title be terrible, Bloody Massacre 3. They come up there, you know what I'm saying, got the gun in their waist and stuff like that. And I get it. Like, I get the imaging behind it. Right, but God's word shouldn't be about your image. It should be in your work. Right. You know what I'm saying? The way you serve Him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody is using that to build churches or feed the homeless or help the community, who am I to tell them that that's wrong? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Real talk. Yeah. Real talk. So, growing up doing R&B, mm-hmm. So what are some of the artists that you grew up listening to? Man, they're gonna kill me for this, but R. Kelly. I mean, Hey, can't be mad at that. Hey, see, I'm glad you said it, because I still listen to R. Kelly. That don't mean I like kids like in that way, but I
didn't have people tell me like I'm a raper because I listen to R. Kelly.
What?
Still.
Seriously?
Yeah, like people
like somebody actually said that because you listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah, like people. I don't condone what he did,
right?
At all. Well, so often we try to act like something didn't happen,
right?
Like we can't act like the half of the kids that were conceived in the 90s and the 2000s weren't conceived to his music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
But not only that, but I just feel like when it comes to the R. Kelly thing, I tell a lot of people this. Black people, we allow and let a lot of shit go.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is like, when the rumor came out when R. Kelly was sleeping with Aaliyah,
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
The man kept dropping music. Then he peed on a little girl and then dropped another album and nobody gave a damn. And but this time when Tasha K started doing all the stuff, the Me Too, now all of a sudden when R. Kelly ain't just dropping that heat like that, everybody cares.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
it's like, I mean, because even when I watched the documentary, it was like over 60 women or something like that. I mean,
we been knowing R. Kelly was horrible.
Knew about that.
We knew he was horrible. We knew it. And we still chose to press play.
Right.
But now all of a sudden, because it's unpopular,
right?
Now we want to grow a conscience after we didn't let him continue to do this for another 10 years after we saw a video of him peeing on a little girl.
So let me ask you a question.
Right.
So do you feel like an iconic figure like R. Kelly, do you feel like when Bad Stench is put on their name, something like Bill Cosby,
right?
Do you feel like a lot of their catalog, a lot of their music, a lot of their videos, a lot of their programs should be taken down because of their personal act? Do you think that should affect what the magnitude of their work over the years?
No, because they don't do it to the white creators.
Okay.
We as African Americans, we do that to each other.
Right.
We allow the media to tear down. They not taking Harvey Weinstein stuff. They not stripping him of nothing. They not even talking about him. You know what I'm saying? What's the dude who married his daughter?
Andy Wall or some shit.
So like one of the dudes married his daughter. Married his daughter. They still play his movies.
Yeah.
What do you make when Harry Met Sally? That's a American classic. Yeah. But we do it to each other. We cancel each other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, and I have no problem with canceling, but we got to do it all the way across the board.
All across the board.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna cancel R. Kelly. We need to, once we find out,
we need to get Elvis.
Yeah. They not coming for him. He robbed us, bro. He robbed Hound Dog. Like he stole our style. He did everything.
And his wife was underage.
Yeah. Nobody say nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they play his stuff on Turner Classic Movies every day. And I'm not condoning the actions. I'm just saying, like, if we canceling, it's a lot of people need to be canceling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, man. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we come down on our own so much harder, you know, because we see it on the news. We allow the news to amp it up a little bit more, and we get behind it. We always seem to get behind the negativity.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we supposed to support R. Kelly, because if I believe he did those things, and I believe he needs to go to jail.
So let me ask you another question. And because I try not, a lot of people don't like talking about it because it's a real touchy subject, but I feel like if it's in public domain, it's out there for the world to talk and discuss.
Right.
So, glad you said that about R. Kelly. You said you think that he did do it.
Right.
So, what about
Michael Jackson?
Reason I say that because I got a lot of people who's upset with me because I think that I feel like in this world it's not normal for anyone to have any sexual type of act like that on your record or be accused for that at least once. It's terrible. But when you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta be some type of truth in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I think with Michael Jackson, I don't know, because it's real difficult. Because it's like, because I firmly believe somebody should have stepped in and be like, if he didn't do it, like, yo, Mike, like, you not taking no more little boys to your room, homie. Like, I don't care how, you know what I'm saying, how innocent it's supposed to be.
But let me ask you, that's what I'm saying, because I feel like, not cutting you off, but I feel like people get the misconception with when it comes to, like, power. They see Michael Jackson, they grew up on Michael, he's a powerful figure, he's an iconic figure. I'm the type of person where I'm an adult enough where I can separate his master in the music and his personal life. You can be a shitty person.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Brian McKnight's a shitty person.
Yes, he is. Have you heard him talk about his children? Oh my God, he is so disrespectful about his kids.
Music is the beautifulest thing you ever
Genius. Genius.
So, but I can separate the two. But I feel like a lot of people can't separate that line when it comes to Michael Jackson. They just feel like, oh, he's Michael Jackson. He's not human. He doesn't have desires like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was you that got accused 9 times with a little boy, we're going to look at you funny.
Exactly.
We ain't going to be like, oh, that's Nymesis. Nah, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, like, people choose to believe what they want to believe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we can lie to ourselves enough to brainwash ourselves into thinking for what makes us comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Michael Jackson, because he was so iconic. Like, I mean, like, he really made grown men cry.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother put me on one of his documentaries of him in Germany, and he stood there for 5. He didn't move, and grown white men passed out.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But with Michael, it's we'll never know.
You never know.
Dead people never get to tell their truth.
Exactly. You never know.
And I feel like he didn't try to tell his truth enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think for him, he knew less was more.
Right. And I also feel like, because, you know, me and my wife, we separated when we come to this question. Not come to this question, we want to separate the line with, meaning that, you know, she feels like if a star pays her family off, you know, that means that they just don't want to take it to court. They don't want to, you know, the embarrassment. But I feel like if it's out in the public and it's already on your name already, go to court, get it, you know, try to win, or try to handle that situation, you know what I'm saying, instead of hiding from it and keep paying it off, because that's when you get that split crowd. Well, if he innocent, why is he paying the family off?
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm
like,
saying?
I feel like he waited too long to really just be like, look, I ain't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was more or less for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael went through stuff. He saw stuff at 9, 10 years old. Stuff probably happened to him at 9, 10 years old that made him feel a certain way. Like, if we got to go through court and the parents are saying this, they got to live through this media circus, they'll never be right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we'll that's something we'll never be able to fathom, his mindset, because the type of money he was getting, the type of power he had over the world. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but one thing I think Michael Jackson realized that question of did he do it or didn't he do it actually added to his legacy. Right. It will keep him in a conversation forever.
Yeah. Just like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah.
Like
he did that shit.
They keep bringing that shit up like every 5 years is a new series with that focusing on that. Like it's the same ending, it's just different story. You know, channel. Yeah, man. That's crazy.
But I mean, he OJ does a good job of playing into it. Whether he's innocent or guilty, he see how the world do it, and he found a way to get a bag off of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think he did it.
Right. So let me ask you a question. All right. So when it comes to today's R&B, do you feel like that the soulful singers are getting overlooked than you feel like there's less soulful singers that's up in the front? Like, you know, back in the 90s, you had your Joes, your Rones, Gerald Leverts, Tanks, you know, Key Sweats. Yeah. Different, you know. But it's like the list is getting shorter and shorter when it comes to R&B singers that a lot of people really look at. And then the most popular singers that's selling out are the ones that's not black. Yeah. Your Joe Smith. Is it Joe Smith? Say it with me. Sam Smith.
Sam Smith. Yeah.
Sam Smith.
Justin
Bruno
Bieber.
Mars. Justin Bieber. Stuff like that. Do you feel like soulful music isn't impactful like it used to be?
Yeah, because the rappers are writing it. And that's no disrespect to rappers. It just, there's different cadences. When you listen to the R&B singers and you can't tell the difference between the R&B song and the rap song, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even the rappers, they throw the auto-tune on and then they get on R&B beats.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It used to be like a distinction in the beats and stuff like that. Yeah. Now it's just all this one, you know, like when I found out Future was writing for Usher.
Huh?
Future was writing for Usher, you know what I'm saying? It's and then you hear, no, my bad, Young Thug.
Yeah.
Young Thug, and it's like, you listen to the song, and it's like, that's not a singer's cadence.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it the way the beats are chosen, it doesn't allow the soul to live in the music.
Yeah, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah. Say that one more time, man, for the crowd.
It doesn't, the way the songs are they're written and the way the beats are, it doesn't allow the soul to live in the music.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Because, you know, it's kind of hard for the ones that grew up in church, the Fantasias, the Monicas. It's kind of hard for them to try to get back into the game with that soulful type of ballad type sound, because of that's not the wave of what people you know on at the moment, which is terrible.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's
so which makes them change up their style. Which now the people that's, if you're a Monica fan, you look at it like, nah, that ain't Monica.
That ain't it. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't listen to new music.
Why is that?
It doesn't work for me. Like,
so when was the last time you listened to like some? When was the last year you think hip hop had its golden era? What's the golden era of hip hop for you?
For me, from like 2000 to like 2010.
So 10. So that's doing okay. That's like the crunk era.
The crunk era, you know what I'm saying? Ludacris. Yeah. Ludacris is my second favorite rapper. Tupac is my first. Nas is third. Chameleon is fourth. And DMX.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. DMX. Do you think DMX should get more credit than he's getting now?
Of course, man. Look, Jay-Z is the greatest businessman I've ever seen.
Right.
Because he's such a great songwriter that he came through and took what everybody else did and did it better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he not only was he a great artist, but he's a great businessman.
Exactly.
And those power moves allowed him to push other people to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still was gonna get their bag, but it wasn't like Jay just leveled up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's one of the most underrated businessmen in hip hop.
Yeah.
Him and 50 Cent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, so many times as artists, we just want to focus on creation and not understanding, like, yo, it's the other side of the table is where the money is.
Right. The business side.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's the most percentage side.
And, you know what I'm saying? And the artists who get it, they get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The other ones, you know, they ain't got the publishing, the royalties, no, nothing.
Glad you said that. Alright, so that gets me into a question. So, Lil Wayne sold Drake and Nicki Minaj masters.
He sold a percentage.
Percentage of it.
Yeah.
Percentage of it. But he sold percentage of the masters. Do you think that was a smart move?
It's what they do. And because it's Lil Wayne, now a lot of people know how the game work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you sign to somebody, how they get their masters is by selling your masters. You know what I'm saying? They don't sell them to you. They sell them back to the label so they can get theirs. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what the game is. Yeah. Like, sometimes you the pimp, sometimes you the hoe. Right. You just got to know what side of the table you on. Right.
And a lot of artists got to also understand that comes with the record company.
Yeah.
When you sign to a record company, you already finna be pimp.
Yeah, you should go in knowing
I'm gonna get pimped.
I'm gonna pimp myself.
But it's all about how much pimping I'm gonna take.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm gonna do with it.
So you know, the more you know about the business, you know, the less they, you know, gonna rape you. Right. I mean, cause we gotta call it what it is, cause they give you advances that you have to pay back. Right. And then after you pay back, they get their money first. They recoup. A lot of people don't, like, people who don't do music don't understand that. The investor, they recoup before you get your money. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I look at that like a layaway plan. Yeah. If, okay, you gave me the money up front, okay, you take you a little extra, cool. Take you a little extra 10%, cool, because you fronted that. You deserve to make a profit. Right. But now I should own it. It should be mine. It shouldn't be yours. I shouldn't have to pay you back. And you take the greater sum of it and you own it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these artists, they don't understand when they get in the game and they allow the label to hire their attorneys and stuff like that. Like, everybody getting paid before you. Everybody owning the piece of your name. Everybody owning all of that before you. Oh, you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but that, I think that falls on the artist. Like, in 2021, like, we got all these biopics and all these artists who 70 years old still got to be out on the road performing because they don't own their stuff. Right. Like, if right now, like, if you going in knowing this and you still allow them to take everything, right, or not putting some structure behind it to where maybe, okay, y'all get to own it for 10 years. And then after that 10 years, you know what I'm saying, it becomes mine or something like that. Like, right, you know what I'm saying? If you taking the 360 deal, like, that's on you. Like, I don't got no sympathy for you now. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because these used to be like music secrets. Right. Now we got groups like the Locks and, you know, everybody who tell these stories of these big time major super producers and Diddy and Birdman and all that. Right. And you still go sign with them?
They have the same stories.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, you get one guy who come out and be like, oh man, he ain't do me like that.
Yeah.
One dude.
One out of 30.
Yeah, and then, but everybody else sitting there, they didn't bounce back like, man, the game raped me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like, if you an artist and you not listening to Joe Budden break down the game, man, Joe Budden's be giving out like free game. Oh yeah. So it ain't no excuse now.
Cause the reason they not listening to Joe Budden, a lot of people think Joe Budden whack.
I mean, but if you listen, like, lyrically,
yeah, I'm saying, but you gotta think though,
his
like,
beats suck.
You know, yeah, like, to the world though, they look at Joe Budden as, oh, that's a guy.
That's to pump it up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But pump it up wouldn't whack like that though. Like, when you come on, like, you remember playing Def Jam Fight for New York and they just pump it up.
So you gotta think, like, so a lot of people, they see this on You Got Served, so it's like,
you gotta do it for Lil Saint.
So yeah, man. So it's like they just feel like if you corny, you're not credible.
Yeah, but see, that's what they've been doing us since we came here. All right. They've been putting us against each other. The old versus the young, light skin versus dark skin. All of our messengers, they put them in prison to discredit them. So when we come out, now they got the stigma of, oh, he's an ex-con. Oh, he's prison reformed. Right. Oh, why you couldn't do that when you was out in the world? And most people don't read books out in the world. You know what I'm saying? But when everything is stripped and all you have is time, you can educate yourself. But we view them, society has told us that there is no such thing as reform. So when our messengers come back and they trying to enlighten us of what they done read in these books and what they've been told by the former Black Panthers that they falsely imprisoned, and all of these, white collar criminals and stuff like that they got to be around to really learn from.
Right.
But we don't listen because, we've been taught that the ex-con doesn't know. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, I mean, it's deep, man. It's social programming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes, what was it, the Willie Lynch letters? Yeah. It go back since then. You know what I'm saying? Most black people have never read that. So they don't understand why they do the things that they do. They don't understand that, like, this is a form of programming, that we eat the things that we eat, that right. We view each other the way we view each other. Right. Why we put white people on a pedestal. Right. Stuff like that. Like, that's conditioning. Right. So.
Right. Yeah. That's real, man. That's some real knowledge too, man. Yeah. So, you got any new music that you coming out with, new project?
I got a new project that's about to come out next week on all music platforms. It's called Incomplete Thoughts. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm really proud of it. It's my best compilation of work.
Oh, okay. What's some ideas? What's some type of thoughts? What made you come into putting this project together?
People don't love anymore.
Oh, that's actually true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't realize that everybody's definition of love is different.
True.
And everybody has this false conception that this is the only way to love, or this is right.
True.
And not realizing that right and wrong is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Because what you saw growing up in your definition of love is based on what was in your house. Right. Or what the people who raised you taught.
Right.
So my definition of love was from a single mom's perspective. You know what I'm saying? So my mindset on love is, even though I realize it's a two-person act, it's an independence in me that make me be like, yo, I gotta fix it, and then I bring it to you.
Right.
As opposed to the way it's supposed to be. We're in a relationship. We're a team. I'm supposed to come to you and we work it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that team concept it was lost on me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my thought going into it, that like we reached a point to where love is not cool anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's sad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because like it's the stuff that was frowned upon back in the day is highlighted.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. Like, I mean, like, if I was like 17 and, you know what I'm saying, mama saw, like, say we had Facebook or something, Instagram back then, and I bring home the girl and the ass is out all on her profile pic.
Right.
My mama is finna shit a cow. Like, you not finna date this little hoe.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's like,
that's a normal.
Hey, it's a celebrated thought.
Right. And
I ain't mad at nobody for getting their bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable in your truth, do you?
But that's the thing. A lot of them do it without getting a bag.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the thing.
We not realizing that the crack babies were growing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening. It's in front of our eyes, and that neglect that they had. Right. From their parents not being there because they were strung out and stuff like that. Right. And abandonment and all that. Now they acting out.
Right.
And then our generation of parents being like, yo, we really didn't like the way our parents were. They was too strict. I'll never be that. And each generation is a little bit more lax. Right. A little bit more like, now we just let these kids do whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And we applaud it.
Right.
Like it's cool.
Right. Because I mean, it's been a lot of laws changed, which made that happen too.
Yeah.
As far as the discipline in the house, they try to control the discipline that's in the house now. Also, question. It makes me ask you a question. Do you feel like in the year 2021, do you feel like the way that people were raised in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, do you feel like how you was raised, you can't raise your kids the same way these days? Because a lot of things changed. Technology has changed.
Man, they took away Mr. Potato Head's Mister. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me showed, like, everybody got participation badges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, I'm not condoning bullying, but, like, when I was growing up, like, somebody bullying you, my mama used to, like, I hated to fight.
Right.
I thought that I've always been, we can handle this different. If I got enough, like, don't get it twisted. I can throw them things, but it like, just, to me, like, especially in our culture, like, if I fight you once and I beat you up, now I gotta fight you every time I see you. I don't want to fight you.
Right.
Every time I see you, I got shit. Bro, I already proved I can whoop your ass. Like, what you finna go home and all of a sudden, you get a movie montage in real life and you, like, no, bro. Like, I whooped your ass Tuesday. I'm gonna whoop your ass Wednesday. Now, maybe you get about 6 months in, you might get put up a better fight, but no, bro, I don't want to fight you every fucking day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, people don't fight no more.
Yo, they don't. They shoot. You know what I'm saying?
They don't fight no more.
But see, that also comes to the things that we glorify now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't let these rich kids from the suburbs watch these music videos and stuff, and then they'll pull up and new us. And you know what I'm saying? They ain't never been in no real situation, but they got the money to help us get the guns and stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they just want to fit in. They want to be tough.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who really ain't got no choice, get that blick in his hand, is like, bah! You know what I'm saying? Like, we allow outsiders to come in and dictate the mindset that we have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they took our leaders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember my grandfather used to tell me, like, when he was growing up, like, they had trades in school. Like, you could be a welder, you can, you know what I'm saying, be a plumber or whatever, and you graduated with that certificate to go straight into a career.
Right.
And now, like, we don't have that. There's no guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like, most kids don't even know who their guidance counselor is at school.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because the guidance counselor, they give you your schedule and, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, like, a lot of times we don't address trauma and stuff like that. Like, we just allow shit to happen in our communities.
And they complain about it.
Yeah. Instead of nobody want to talk about Uncle Joe touching his niece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to talk about none of the bad shit. And we try to act like that's white people shit. Like, it's not prevalent in our homes.
Right.
And it is. All that shit is real.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to address it. Nobody wants to risk embarrassment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know something happened to your son, but you don't want to take him to no therapy, and you know he got touched by a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
Right.
We got to get to a point to where we see problems and address them.
Right. Instead of pulling out the damn phone and recording.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So many times you see people getting shot and everybody got their phone out.
Screaming.
He's dying. Somebody else. But nobody stopped their phone to call. So homie bleed to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then everybody's still walking around by his body. Oh man, is he dead? He really did. You want to see a dead body? You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. Like, we just, like, I don't know. We reached the point where standards aren't cool anymore.
Right.
And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's exactly true, man. True.
Yeah.
So, man, all right, before we slide off on NewbieVeT, man, how can they get in contact with you, and is any love you want to shout out?
First, I want to shout out Austin, my city, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of talented artists there. So, crazy amount of producers, engineers, dancers, a melting pot of amazingness. there that the world needs to see. You know what I'm saying? And they can find me on Instagram, NYM512. Find me on Facebook, Chris Nymesis Harris. You can find me on all music platforms, Nymesis, Nymesis. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I go.